This is like an episode of Mission Impossible right here.
I know. This is so exciting because we have like limited time, and I'm not even going to wear headphones because I have to hear when the doorbell rings and my plumber comes back. Hey, listen, let's not get to that. Yeah. Let's just get to the show. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and also the crappy men and women who listen to this and watch the videos, because not every man and woman is a lady or a gentleman. So I want to include everybody. I want to be inclusive.
Okay, I mean, yeah, some people might be crappy, but that sounds a bit judgy.
No, I'm not being judgy. Listen, you listeners and viewers, you can be as shitty as you want to be as a person, and you're still allowed to listen to this. I mean, a lot of you are just fucking assholes, and you can listen to this anytime you want. It's free.
Why do you assume that our audience has a lot of assholes?
I'm not assuming. It's just that's the way the world is. There's some great people and some people who are just okay, and some people who are just downright shitty. And I mean, what are the odds that everyone listening to this podcast is an amazing person?
No, okay. Odds are there are probably some that are shitty people. Yes,
that's exactly what I'm saying, and yet you're calling me out.
But I would bet, because they're our audience, it's less. It's a smaller percentage than.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that everyone listening to this podcast is an amazing person, and I don't care what you say, Craig, because I don't want to insult our listeners. I think they're all amazing.
Okay, I mean that's not that you're going. Opposite of what you just said.
I'm just saying, you can call them whatever names you want, but I think they're excellent people.
Listen, here's what I think. I think if you are a shitty person, You are? Yeah, I mean... Yeah,
no. It's just making hand gestures. Had nothing to do with what you were saying.
Okay, why were you making hand gestures?
Sometimes I just like to interact with my hands.
Well, a gesture tends to communicate something. That's what a gesture is.
I thought a gesture is like when you do something nice, when you attempt to do something nice for someone. Like, well, at least he made a nice gesture.
Well, that's a nice gesture. Yeah, but a gesture is just... a physical way to communicate.
Huh. Basically. Do you remember when kings in the court had their gestures? Yeah. And they'd entertain them?
Yes, that's a jester. Yeah.
I think now you're just changing the pronunciation.
No, I'm changing it to the way you're supposed to pronounce it. Yes.
Okay, all right. So when I do this, I'm making gestures?
Well, when you do that, I don't know what you're doing when you do that.
Look at me. I'm stuck in a box.
Okay, you're kind of miming, except you're not supposed to talk when you mime.
I'm doing a mime. Hi, I'm a mime. Who put this box here? Oh, I'm stuck in the box. How did I get stuck in this? How can I can't breathe in the box. I'm suffocating in the box.
You can't talk when you mime. That's the whole point.
I know, because there's no air in the box.
Right. That's
why mimes can't talk.
Yeah.
And sometimes, have you ever seen a mime get caught in a windstorm? Oh my God. No, it's no wonder they can't talk, because that wind is so hard, it's blowing their words back into their mouths.
I completely forgot what... I had several things I wanted to say, and I don't remember what they are anymore.
Then my job is done.
Yeah. So wait, we have to stop at some point, because your plumber is going to come back.
Yeah, right? I've had a plumber here this morning. We've had some plumbing issues. One of the things I think everybody who has a house and a child will understand this. Sometimes you call the plumber because, there's a drainage pipe that goes out to the curb, and you're like, why is water just coming out to the curb steadily? It's been going out for days, like almost a week. I think we have a leak in the house. We're just wasting water. And then you realize that your child was playing with the hose in the backyard, and they didn't turn the hose all the way off, and the hose is sitting right by the drainage area. And so basically just water has been coming through the hose and then under the house and then out to the pipe. That's what's going on there. But, I figure while the plumber's here, I did have some other stuff for him to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I must say this, and I know you're going to be really proud of me. So, sometimes I do my own plumbing work. There's certain things that a person can do with YouTube tutorials, and certain things they can't. And one of the things I did is our dishwasher was filling with water, like when it was off. I was like, well, God damn it. And I did some research, found out it's most likely the water inlet valve. I ordered one for $16, replaced it myself in about half an hour.
I have never been more bored.
I know, but you're impressed.
Right yeah, I'm impressed. I really
$16.
Good for you. Good for you. But
a plumber would have charged me hundreds for that.
That's good. I'm proud of you, Greg. But So the plumber was there, but had to go get a part and is coming back.
Yeah. There's something else I'm having him do. There's 2 other plumbing
And-
issues we had that I just couldn't tackle myself. So
Yeah,
and
and
luckily I didn't even know I was missing 2 parts. It was one part and then a second part. He just had to
Okay.
go get one part, but while he's getting
Okay.
that, he's getting another part.
Okay, cool.
I just like saying the word part.
I know you do. It's interesting.
This is the part of the podcast where I say part.
I tell this story. I tell this story to my daughter. I make up a story with 2 characters named Gweep and Shboop, names that she made. And one of the refrains, one of the common jokes we do is Gweep will ask Shboop, "What's your favorite part of something something?" And he'll always go, "Oh yeah, my favorite part is the part." And she laughs so hard.
You see,
that.
because
Yeah.
part
Yeah.
is a hilarious word. I'm so glad that
Yep.
your daughter understands that.
She does. She does. But
not
anyway,
not a lot of daughters understand that.
now we decided to do this episode in between when your plumber is here. So far, I think every episode we've done is when a plumber has not been at your house, correct?
Yeah, but you know what might be fun? Here's what
yeah.
I'm thinking. So at some
Yeah.
point, probably about 20 minutes or so from now, the doorbell will ring and the plumber will be back with his parts that he went to get.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm thinking when that happens, I'll just keep it rolling, and then you take over the podcast. I let him in. He goes and does his plumbing magic, and I come
Sure.
back and we do some more podcasting until we finish it. Unless it takes him longer than expected. Like let me give you an example scenario in which he might not get back before he finish. What if he goes to one plumbing store and they don't have the part that he needs part? Then he has to go to another one. Takes him extra time.
I mean, that's that's a very mundane possibility. Sure.
Oh
yeah.
man, we should call this
but-
episode the Mundane Plumbing Discussion.
I love it. I love it.
Make a little note of that.
But we decided to start this even though the plumber may come back and interrupt, because we are important people and we only have a certain window of time to do this podcast, right?
Man, do you ever look through that window of time? It freaks me out. Because it's like
I don't know.
you're looking into the future and the past at the same moment.
I don't know what window of time you're talking about.
I'm talking about that magical window of time that opens,
Yeah.
and then you can see all of the timeline, and where you are on the timeline,
Greg,
and then
not
you
everyone
see before it and after.
Not
it.
everyone has that. In fact, no one has that unless you're the only one who has that.
My house came with one. It's got
it. You
a
should
little button you push, and then it opens the
should
window
call
of time.
some kind of authorities and figure out what's going on there, because that seems dangerous and disturbing and magical.
You know, maybe I'm just thinking about the timeline because I just finished last night watching Loki. We had not seen season 2, so we watched season 1 again because it's a complicated show. So we watched season 1 again. By the way, season 1 very, very good until you get to He Who Remains. That guy Jonathan, whatever the fuck his name is, who was a horrible, horrible actor and convicted of assault, and so now he's fired.
Before I saw that before his whole cancellation, I loved his performance.
Oh, you're kidding me! I think he's a terrible actor.
I thought it was great. It was very odd, but I liked it.
I just think it was an actor like, look at my choices. I'm doing weird stuff. I'm acting all weird for no reason.
Yeah. Okay.
God, especially when he was like, when they went back to the past, and he's like, my choice for this character is I'm gonna stutter, and I'm gonna say every word like.
I didn't like his
this. It's like,
I didn't like his performance as much in season 2. But sorry, did you not like season 2?
Season 2 is not as good as season 1, but it had some good episodes, and I liked the ending.
Yeah, I like the end. I mean, I haven't seen season 1 in so long. I forgot. I can't compare them.
Well,
Nothing compares to you, though, Greg.
Oh, that is so nice. Thank you, Prince / Sinead.
Sure.
2 people who are both deceased.
Okay.
Boy, you're old when Prince and Sinead O'Connor are both dead. That's how old you are.
That's the universal age check.
Yeah.
Are Prince and Sinead O'Connor dead? Okay, I'm old.
Then you're old.
They've been asking that since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, season 2, yeah, I liked it. And the ending is great for sure. And
the ending is great. Let's not ruin it for folks, though. Don't tell them what happens.
I don't want to call him Short Round, but Short Round,
That's what I always call him also. Like, Short Round's great. Isn't he great?
was
I mean, you
great,
can't understand every word he says. His accent is very thick, but he's great.
I loved him. Yeah.
Short Round. I would like to give a little thanks right now. We have 3 different viewers who have submitted some AI artwork, and I'm going to release some of those on Patreon. I think with this episode, a bunch of AI artwork that are for us to use, and we, first of all, Razor Blades had submitted a thing where 2 guys are in a lettuce patch talking to each other, I guess about lettuce, while surrounded by lettuce, and they didn't look like us, and you commented like, this is great artwork, but they don't look like us. And then Adrian Weber stepped in, and Adrian decided to do some cartoon images over those images and make them look like us, which is amazing. So Adrian did a great job. And then Mark W. Gray started messing around with AI and sent a bunch of other images. So I'm going to share all those on the Patreon with this episode.
That sounds good. Let's share what our robot overlords have made.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you to Razor Blades, Adrian Weber, and Mark W. Gray for all that AI artwork. And thank you to the AI robot overloads. And I also want to thank...
Overloads?
That's what I said, yeah.
This is how you sound. Thanks, robot overloads. That's how you sound right now.
Well, maybe everyone else is pronouncing it wrong. Did you ever think of that, Craig? You didn't think of that, did you? Like, oh, maybe Greg's the first one to get it right. And it is overloads, and it's not overlords. I
didn't think of that because that's ridiculous.
But you know what? Turns out it's true. By the way, I want to show something that's only our people watching on YouTube can see. And listen, don't tell them. Don't tell the listeners what they're seeing. Check this out.
Okay.
Check this out. I'm not going to tell them what this is, but this is an extra part that I bought for the dishwasher that I didn't need, so I'm returning and getting a refund.
So you told them what it is. You told them.
When?
But they still have to, just now, but they still have to go to the video to see what it looks like. So
that's so true. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Because you didn't describe it.
We got a review. We got another review, and this is a legitimate review on Apple Podcasts from someone in Australia.
You don't have to do the accent. You don't have to do the accent.
No. Called themselves Definitely a Person 2. This is from Definitely a Person 2, 5 stars. They say, quote, I am a person. Thank you so much for clarifying. Did you know one of the hosts of this show also has a show on called Bad Movies Live on twitch.tv/mediocre films every Friday and Sunday nights. Friday at 6 Pacific and Sundays at 5 Pacific, where they watch bad movies with special guests, and it's a lot of fun. Also, this episode is sponsored by Bob Hope's Secondhand Soap. Thank you so much, Definitely a Person 2.
Yeah.
For that.
So
I'm not even.
That was
I'm showing you. This is real. Look. It's real. Right there.
I see that. Yeah.
Right there. An absolute real thing that came out February 26th. I just want to show it on the video to prove that I wasn't making it up.
Yeah, no, I didn't think you were making it up, Greg. But I do know. I can't help but notice how much it feels like an ad.
And that has nothing to do with me, because I was not going to promote Bad Movies Live, which is a fantastic show that I do on Twitch. It's a live stream where we watch bad movies with friends, and it's hilarious. So and I wasn't going to promote that, and I don't have anything else to say about it other than it's on twitch.tv/mediocrefilms.
Stop it. Did anyone review... did anyone have a review and mention Wheezy Waiter or my YouTube channel? Or
I don't think reviewers do that. Yeah, I don't think that's what. I don't think they're interested in doing things like that.
Like what? Like mentioning
the things
you that we do.
Like mentioning you and what you do.
Oh, mentioning me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're more interested in mentioning Bad Movies Live on Twitch.tv.
Okay, reviewers, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, reviewers.
Oh my gosh, it is a call to action from Wheezy Waiter. That's what's called a call to action, folks. He's calling you to enact some action.
Some people like to call me youtube.com/WheezyWaiter. So, yeah.
That'd be a weird thing if someone walks up and goes, "Hey, I know you. You're youtube.com/WheezyWaiter."
Yeah, well, sometimes that happens.
And some people might even go, "Oh, I know you. You're youtube.com/channel/WheezyWaiter." Because that's an alternate way you could do it if you want extra typing.
Yeah. That's some people are more thorough that way. But the important thing is, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Wheezy Waiter.
I'll have to check that out sometime. I've never seen, what's it called? YouTube? Never seen that.
Greg, you are a big deal on YouTube, and you just put up a whole Super Bowl commercial video series of videos, and took over the site pretty much.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't recall any of that.
Okay.
That doesn't sound like
Weird.
something I do. I mean, I make
looked-
comedy material. I don't understand why.
It looked like a bunch of work. It's weird that you would have forgotten.
I don't know. I don't really know what you mean, but
Okay.
you know, more power to you,
Oh, Greg.
Craig.
You ever go back to a YouTube video and not remember having made it? Like I have made so many videos. I go back and I look at many of my videos. I'm like, I have no idea what's going to happen here.
You have a terrible memory.
Well, I just have a lot of videos, Greg. I have a lot.
I've made over 1,000 videos, and I can remember every single one. I'll name them all for you right now if you want.
Okay.
Well,
Go
there
ahead.
was the first video, the second video,
That's not the
the
name
third
of
video. No, I'm just telling you,
Sure.
like I have about 1,300 videos, so give me some time. I'm going to get through all of them.
Yeah,
There was the
yeah.
fourth video, followed
Sure.
by the fifth video, then the sixth video, and then
Yeah,
after that,
yeah.
I was like, I think I want to do the seventh video. And then
What happens on the seventh video? What happens
what's
in
that?
that video? What happens in the seventh video?
It doesn't matter what happens in it. I'm just naming them. I'm not going to describe them for you. It's going to take too long. Then the eighth. Look, I got over 1,300 videos to get through. Give me some time
Okay.
here.
All right.
I
I'll
got
wait.
the eighth video, then the ninth and the 10th,
Yeah.
followed by the 11th, and then the 12th, then the 13th video,
Uh-huh.
then the 14th video,
Sure.
and then I
Did
skipped,
you do the?
I skipped
No.
15, and I
Okay.
went right to the 16th video.
Okay.
Then I released the 15th video.
Okay. Why out of order?
Sometimes you just want to mix it up a little bit. You know? Sometimes you're like, hey, let's surprise our viewers. They're expecting the 15th video.
Sometimes
I'm gonna
you wanna
upload the
mix it up.
16th.
Sometimes you want to mix it up, but maybe not like that. Like it's like you're writing a book, and you're like, maybe I'll put chapter 7 in before chapter 6.
Have you never read a book that has their chapters out of order? Have you never read one of those?
I mean, not in a way that is unintentional. Like if they just like have a full story and then they just move the chapters out of order without any narrative reason for it.
I'm sorry. Did you never play a CD on shuffle just to mix it
Yes.
up a little bit?
Yeah, that's different than chapters in a book.
I do the same thing. Sometimes I read a book on random. I'll put it on random. It'll mix up the chapters. Sometimes it'll throw in some chapters from other books. I mean, I like when it's
Now, are
really
these-
random.
Are we talking digital books here? Are we talking
No, just paper books. You know.
Okay.
And
There,
then-
you know what? There should be, honestly, aside from your ridiculousness, there should be an actual app that shuffles your books for you, digital books, your
Yeah.
ebooks.
Yeah.
that'd be something.
Well,
Just
what
like,
you can do
let's-
is you can copy and paste, like take the whole book, copy and paste it, put it into another paper book, and then
Yeah.
click randomize, and it'll randomize all the words, and you'll have a totally new book.
no,
new story, new characters.
That's not how reality works. That's not. We don't have books that do that. No, actual physical books. No.
We don't have books that do that. That's
Yeah.
the way you correct. No. We don't have books that do that. Yeah, that's not reality. Thank you anyway, Greg, for your input.
That's right. Hey, listen. You want to hear some lettuce news?
God damn it, yes I do. I can do without the cursing though.
Okay, that's what you did. Yeah. Oh, there's a TikTok. I don't know. I'm just reading the news right now. I don't even know what I'm going to say. There's a TikTok seed harvesting trick. So
Really, like
there's
the sound of a clock can help you harvest seeds.
No. TikTok's an app. Greg, you know what TikTok is.
Yeah, I know what an app is. It's short for appetizer. So you go to a restaurant, you order the
Yeah.
sound of a clock, and
Yeah.
you are so full, you're like, can you cancel the entrees? And they're like, sorry, they're already in the system. Mm-hmm. We've already charged your credit card. And you're like, how? I didn't even give you my credit card. And they're like, we have it from last time. And you say, but I've never been here before. And they're like, this is not how improv works, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that's called denial.
Okay. Wait. So you're improving at this restaurant? I don't.
Oh, look, all of life is improv. We're all constantly making our lives up as we go along, aren't we?
Yes, and
Exactly. And if more people did that with their lives, wouldn't that be better than nah? Hey, you guys should get masks and you should wear masks and maybe get some shots to prevent getting COVID and going to the hospital. Nah. See, life would be so much easier if everyone went, yes, and we'll keep our distance from other people.
But you shouldn't also blindly just do what you're told either.
Yes, you should. And
okay, all right.
And you should like it. Yes, and. Yes, do what you're told and like it.
Okay, I mean, there's situations where people of authority might tell you to do something that's really stupid, and you shouldn't.
Oh yeah,
do
like
it.
what?
Well, Nazi Germany.
Okay, all right. You found the one thing.
the one thing.
One thing. Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you know what? I'd agree with that. In fact, you know what? Just cancel everything that I just say. Just forget all about it. Let's just remove it.
I mean, but evidence does seem to show that vaccines work very well.
Hang on a second. The plumber's back. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You keep it going.
Okay. Bye. Hey guys. Well, I guess the plumber's back. Can we imagine what kind of conversation Greg is having with the plumber right now? The plumber shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I got the part. I gotta go fix it. I gotta go fix the plumbing, bro." And Greg's like, "Oh, hi. Did you know that I have a show called Bad Movies Live on Twitch.tv? Now I'm advertising Bad Movies Live." And then the plumber's like, "I don't care. I just gotta get the plumbing done, Greg." And Greg says, "How'd you know my name? I didn't tell you my name." "Oh, I mean, person I'm helping." And then Greg is like, "Well, come right on in, sir. Hey, would you like to eat some food?" And the plumber said, "Yeah, I'm kind of hungry." And he goes, here's a giant plate of tuna." And the plumber said, "Oh, my favorite." And then now Greg's back. So what happened, Greg?
How did the conversation go? The rest of the story. This is a really good. I heard plate of tuna.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Well, I know. It's done. The story is done now.
That's
it.
The
plumber. Yeah. The plumber went and fixed the plumbing, and then Greg came back here. So what happened? What actually just happened?
Well, turns out that he was able to go over to the nearest store and a little hardware store, if you will. And they had both parts that he needed, so he came back very quickly.
How long was he gone? 15 minutes?
Maybe 25 minutes.
I mean, that's kind of what we expected, isn't it?
Well, I mean, this is LA. Usually everything is 20 minutes away in LA. There's that joke. I don't know if you remember the movie Clueless.
I remember.
Starring Dan Hedaya.
Odd choice of.
That's who stars in Clueless. He's terrific.
Clueless. Yeah.
Dan Hedaya stars as the dad, and I think he's got a daughter, and she's got a boyfriend or whatever.
I wouldn't call it a Dan Hedaya vehicle.
That's a Dan Hedaya movie.
No. Okay, sure.
And in fact, Dan Hedaya is the one who has the famous line, "Everything in LA is 20 minutes away." And let me tell you something. When you live in LA and you see that in the theater, like I did, the entire audience erupts in laughter and applause.
Yep.
Because
you know what?
It does feel that way, that everything in LA is 20 minutes away.
I found that in my experience, Chicago, it's like everything's like 15 or 20 minutes away, maybe 15. And then I go to LA and it seemed like everything was 37 minutes away.
Oh, that's not true. I think you took the wrong route. If you went the direct route, it would have been 20. Hey, here's the deal.
And then in where I live, it's like 7 minutes away.
Okay. All right. Now I feel like you're bragging. Which is not needed in this podcast.
I mean, come on. LA has everything. You got the best food. You got the best. I got to have something here. Okay. I got to have something.
Yeah, you're right.
7 minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that he went to a hardware store that was 7 minutes away. And then he was probably in there for less than 10 minutes, and then he drove another 7 minutes back.
7 minutes away? That doesn't happen.
I know. Well, that's just how. And you know what else doesn't happen? I've been to Chicago. I know you lived there. I've been to Chicago. I did not see any toddling in that town. No toddling whatsoever.
You weren't in the toddle district. Yeah, there's
a toddle district in Chicago.
Yeah. It's where everyone toddles. Yep.
Oh man, you're right. I didn't go to the toddling district.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Yep.
What's that hotel I stayed in? It had that beautiful lobby.
I don't remember.
You know, old hotel,
Ritz?
huge.
The Ritz?
Huge grand lobby.
Carlton, the Grand Hotel.
They have a place called the Grand Hotel?
I don't know. I don't
mean,
know. The
you should know,
Waldorf
though.
Astoria.
It's called like the Powell. It has a name kind of like that, like a very.
There's lots of hotels.
Yeah, but
Lots
this
of
one has like
old
this
hotels.
beautiful grand old lobby. It's in downtown Chicago or some other area because I'm not familiar with Chicago. Come on, what's the
Probably
name of that
downtown.
place?
There's multiple old hotels with
Beautiful
grand
place.
lobbies.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, I don't remember which one.
Hey, Craig.
Yeah. What?
Now it's time for the Patreon only bonus section starting now.
Okay.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that's the end of the
there we
Patreon
go.
only bonus section. We hope you enjoyed it. You're always you know what I noticed? You're always in the middle of a sentence when I go.
I know.
When we
That's
end that
weird.
part.
That's a weird. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's like it's as if you're controlling when we end the Patreon only section.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I don't really understand it. All right, so listen,
Okay.
before we went off to the Patreon section, we were discussing what the Chicago hotel was that has the beautiful grand lobby. And honestly, I didn't expect to find it so easily, but I Googled those words and it came up the first thing. And I'm going to show a picture for the people watching on the YouTubes. It is called the Palmer Hotel, and this is what the lobby looks like.
It is incredible.
I mean, that's why I thought like, oh, surely Craig is going to know when I say huge grand lobby. Like this is an entirely special lobby. I stayed in this hotel. One time I was hired for an acting job and they put me up in this hotel and it was so freaking beautiful. Like the entire hotel was beautiful, but the lobby, like you'd walk in and you just start peeing your pants. Like every time I could come back from being out, I would just walk in and just start peeing.
See, that's why that hotel isn't very popular for Chicagoans because it smells like pee because everyone's peeing when they walk in.
Well, look at the floor. You can tell how wet the floor is. If you look at this picture, the floor is very shiny.
Yeah.
It's because it's wet with urine because everybody walks in and goes, oh, it's so beautiful.
And then the moaning is also really upsetting when you go in there.
That's why they had to take this picture probably in the middle of the night when everybody was asleep because they didn't want you to see a bunch of people with just pee stains in their pants. Anyway, you should stay at the Palmer Hotel, wear some Depends. It's a beautiful place. I think you'd really enjoy it.
It's a Hilton hotel I'm seeing.
It is owned by the Hilton now, but I have a feeling that when it started, it was owned by someone named Palmer.
Could be. I mean, I don't know what gave you that idea, but it could be.
So I say if you're going to go to Chicago, I would say stay at the Palmer. Don't stay at the Emerson Hotel or the Lake Hotel. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay,
an Emerson, Lake, and Palmer reference.
I don't understand, but there are lots of great hotels down there. You don't have to limit yourself to the Palmer, and you know what? You can stay at a different one and go to the lobby in the Palmer. You don't even need to stay at that hotel.
Well, I feel like that's cheating. I mean, I feel like it's cheating and lying, and I feel like you're being dishonest.
No, I assume they allow anyone from the street to come in to the lobby of the Palmer.
Nope.
No?
No, but when you walk in, there's a guy at the front who goes, are you staying here? And you have to go, yep.
Yeah. Is that guy from Alabama or something?
Okay, go ahead. You can go in. No, that's
there's
Mr.
a southern
Palmer.
drawl going. Okay.
No, that's Mr. Palmer.
All right. Oh, really? He's still kicking. That's good.
Yeah.
Good for him. Do you know where the first skyscraper was built, Greg?
Yeah, I sure do.
Where?
1433 Main Street.
Chicago. Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so on the last episode, I did mention that only 3 people listened to our Patreon bonus section. And those 3 people did leave a comment on
They all
Patreon.
collectively left one?
Well, no, they each individually left comments. So
Okay.
I want to give a
Next time
shout
they
out.
should get together. They should get together and just like draft a comment together.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course
Yeah.
they should. But, you know,
Yeah.
they don't know how to do that, and I don't think that
3
Patreon
heads.
allows that.
3 heads are better than 1.
I guess that's really true.
Yeah.
So anyhow, these are the 3 people who listen to the Patreon only bonus section. I want to give a shout out to these 3 people. Congratulations to Adam, to Christo, and to Kevin Gooday, and to Husky Highlander and Jeanette
Okay.
Matthey.
That's
and
5. Yeah.
Alice Dare McMillan and Jesus
6, yeah.
Alvarez and Mark
7.
W. Gray. Those
8,
are the
yeah,
3
okay.
people who listen
Yeah, uh-huh.
to the Patreon only bonus section.
Yep, that's 8 people.
So you're the winners. You guys are the winners.
Yeah. So it's good to know that at least 8 people listen to our Patreon only section.
I'm pretty sure I said there was only 3.
Yeah, you said that, yes, but did you count? Did you count how many? Can you try counting?
You know,
how
one
many?
thing I've never been very good at counting.
Sounds like it. Yeah,
I have
for sure.
never been very good
Yeah.
at counting.
You want to try now? You actually counted you were counting the number of videos that you made earlier in this episode. You seem to be going.
Oh, you're right. I'm
order,
very
pretty well.
good at counting. I just
yeah.
realized I'm super good at counting.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
So you're going to.
So how many did you say there were? 3? There were 3 people.
8.
8.
You also it sounds like you have a bad memory.
Yeah, I guess I do. You know what? Here's the thing about 8. An 8 is just a 3 that's been closed.
Depending on the angle of the middle part of the 8, and the 3, I guess. So it's still 8 though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but here's the deal.
Yeah.
I feel like, God, you know, I just realized I say "here's the deal" and "here's the thing" a lot on this podcast.
I do. I actually do that a lot too. Maybe
you?
not on the podcast.
Well, here's the thing
but
about that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about
Yeah.
that here's the deal. Here's the deal
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Okay.
I feel that I've just blown people's minds because a lot of people listening to this have never thought to themselves, "Oh shit, I never realized that an 8 is a 3 that's been closed."
I think a lot of people probably realize that, especially if you've ever looked at a digital clock. I think it's pretty obvious. But here's the thing. When you say "here's the thing," it makes whatever you say sound more important. People pay attention.
Here's
You
the
need
thing. Here's the thing.
Okay. Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
See, I wouldn't have stopped to listen to you say "all right." That "all right" would have been it just would have gone by the wayside.
Yeah.
No one would have paid attention
But
to
you're
it.
but you're right. I made it sound much more important.
You sure did. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
You sure did. Here's the thing.
Should we call this episode "Here's the Thing"? No, I kind of like the
Yes.
I kind of like mundane plumbing discussion.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing sounds good. I think that.
Maybe
sounds
we
good.
should call the next episode "Here's the Thing."
Okay. Because we've set up the importance of that phrase.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's no doubt that we will be saying it again in the next episode.
Oh yeah. I say it in Wheezy Waiter videos.
I'll be right back. I'm being called by the plumber. Go ahead and entertain the people. Talk about the plate of tuna again.
Well, no, not the plate of tuna. We're done with that. Now, what do you think Greg's doing? He's like, hey, plumber guy, what's going on? Do you need something? And the plumber's like, yeah, the sprocket kind of fell out and hit me on the head, and I'm bleeding a lot. I'm sorry about all the blood. I may have several diseases as well, so stay back. But could you do me a favor and call some medical service of some kind to come here and take care of this? I'm bleeding a lot. I think I might be about to pass out. And I can't use the phone because I'll get blood all over it. And also, do you have any more tuna? Because that tuna was delicious. Where do you get your tuna? And Greg's like, oh, I fish it. I go fishing every morning. I wake up and I go fishing
To buy a plate of tuna.
to buy a plate of tuna. I go fishing at the grocery store, and I buy.
One time
a
I
plate
went
of
fishing for compliments.
Yeah,
I
you
caught
did?
like 3 of them.
Really?
I have a picture because one of them was like this big.
Okay.
And
but-
for those of you just listening, I put my hands up.
yeah, I think they probably know. Yeah. So
And-
what was the issue with the plumber?
Oh, he needed to know where the hot water heater was. He had to go turn off the hot water heater.
Oh, that's better. It's better
Yeah,
than what I
yeah,
assumed.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Because I kind of assumed.
I'm sure
he may
people
have
want to know.
hurt
Wait,
himself.
why did he have to turn off the hot water heater? Oh, because the hot water shutoff valve doesn't shut off all the way, so he had to replace the hot water shutoff valve, and it's probably just a washer.
You got a lot of plumbing problems, huh?
There were several plumbing problems, but I did repair 2 of them myself. I repaired the dishwasher, and I
Yes,
did
you've
also
told us,
replace a
Greg.
shower
Greg, you've
cartridge.
Told us this already.
I know.
Well, you
I'm
didn't
just
tell us
but
about the shower
I didn't.
cartridge,
But
I guess.
that's why. If you just let me finish,
Yeah.
I was just telling them naming the 2 things.
Oh my God, I'm just so bored by your plumbing skills.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Home repairs are
Yeah.
pretty easy when you use YouTube tutorials,
Yeah.
but they're never as easy as the tutorial makes it out to be. Because
Yeah.
it's always a professional who understands all the things, and they forget to tell you some of the details. Like if you've
Yep.
ever tried to, repair something under like one of your sinks, you don't realize that the shutoff valves, like one has to be turned to the right and the other has to be turned to the left. Like they don't tell you that. They're just like, yeah, shut off the water and then do this. And you're like, why won't that? Why can't I turn this one? Because it turns the other way. There's a bunch
But
of
are
bunch
all
of stuff.
sinks like that, or just yours?
I don't know, maybe just mine. I don't know.
You can't. That's the challenge of the video maker. You can't. Anticipate every possible scenario.
It's true.
Right.
They're like, yeah, just pull off this little plastic piece. And I look down and like, I don't have that plastic piece.
Yeah.
And then you look at the comments of the video and then there's like 17 people going, I don't have that plastic piece.
Yeah, and then when you say that out loud, does he respond when you say I don't have that?
You
plastic?
usually get a phone call like within
Or
about
she,
20
sorry,
minutes.
or she. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you usually get like a phone call says, I'm so sorry about the plastic piece. Here's what you got to do. And then they explain it to you. That's what I love about YouTube tutorials. They're interactive and they call you and help. They like walk you right through it.
Now, how do you think they find the time to help every single person?
That's just
It's
the
probably
responsibility of a YouTube uploader.
thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions.
Maybe millions. If you upload
yeah.
a popular YouTube video, you're gonna make a bunch of phone calls. I know that I always do. I call everyone who leaves a comment on my videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean that could potentially be tens of thousands of people, right?
I am constantly on the phone.
Okay.
I'm on the phone right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when you call them, do you just let the call play while you're doing whatever, and then you hang up, and then you call the next person? You don't actually.
I don't have time to actually talk to them, but I do actually dial their number. I call them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you get their number? How do
Give
you?
them about 15, 20 seconds. It's all online. If you
You're
if you
just
right click,
dialing random numbers.
No. If on
Okay.
YouTube, a lot of people don't know this, but on YouTube, if you right click on someone's username, it reveals their name, address, phone number, and email address.
Credit card or
Credit cards, social security,
yeah.
or Security, whatever I was about to say.
Security, sure. Yeah.
By the way, what's your
Greg,
Security number? Mine is 6.
8?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize yours was 2 better than mine. Man, now I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Just 2 more. It doesn't mean better necessarily.
No, more is better when it comes to Security. I know a guy's Security number is 11. I'm like, how'd you get
wow.
one so high? I thought they only went up to 10. He's like, this goes to 11.
Yeah, but now why is it better then?
It's because it's just more.
Okay. More is not always better, Greg. What about golf scores?
Yeah, what about less is more? Like with acting. That's my point.
I mean, yeah. Not always true, though. Sometimes you can be too subtle, I think.
Yeah, sometimes you got to let people know what's going on in that crazy brain of yours.
Yeah. But did you watch the Oscars, Greg?
I skimmed the Oscars. I never really watched them. We watched the 3-hour Oscars in an hour.
Okay. All right.
How about you? Did you watch the whole thing?
Yes, my next video is about the Oscars. So I watched from the beginning to end. First time in a long time that I've done that.
Wow.
And you know what? I enjoyed it. It was good.
I understand that this year, people who actually watched the whole thing enjoyed it more than people who just skimmed it, which I totally understand because we did skip over we don't care about this acceptance speech and we don't care about these musical performances. Turns out some of the musical performances were really good. I did watch the Big Ken musical number.
Yes, that one was really good.
It felt to me like I was watching the Tonys.
Eyelash, as you say. That was really good.
Billie Eyelash?
Yeah.
Didn't see that.
That was very good.
She's got a good voice.
Some of did you see the funniest moments? Because some of them were very funny. Some of them were very good.
I saw the naked guy who came out. I understand that he's a famous star.
Yes, John Cena.
I thought they just got a random naked guy.
Okay, sure.
They're like, hey, naked guy, come on out here and present a thing.
Right. No, that's not. No, he was a celebrity. Yeah, that's not how the Oscars work. They're not.
Do you know what was weird about that naked guy? When he walked
Cena.
out, John Canana? What? John Banana?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
John Banana.
The thing about John Banana is when he came out, I was like, I felt like I was looking in a mirror, because his body looks exactly like my body.
I've never seen you naked, but I have seen you in swimming trunks. And
John Banana and I wear the same swimming trunks. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but maybe that's true. I didn't see him wearing those swimming trunks, but
I bet he shops at Old Navy.
Okay, so you're just assuming that's the only similarity here is that you both shop at Old Navy.
I'm probably thinking, because you can get stuff so cheap and it's made by children in Sri Lanka. I mean, who wouldn't want those? Who wouldn't want that clothing?
Sure, but why? But is that the only similarity between you two?
Thank you for pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah,
yes, that is the only similarity.
Okay. Yes, I agree because he's got a way bigger physique than you do.
Wow, way to insult your friend.
You look lanky and weak, Greg.
God, that's not nice in the least. It's not nice at all.
I'm trying to sugarcoat it a little, but I mean, it looks like a light wind would blow you away. That's
it is because I've lost a good 20 to 25 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's good.
I'm a lot thinner than I used to be. Look, I actually have an angle here, whereas before it kind of went kind of like this. Now it's.
I guess that's a good sound to describe for people just listening.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So that. I hope you guys.
So you saw the naked guy,
you.
but did you see the Kate McKinnon gag or the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito bit?
I thought the Schwarzenegger DeVito bit was horrible.
What?
Like I thought it could not have been less
deliveries
funny.
Their deliveries were kind of weird, but
their deliveries were awful. I thought that bit was about as good as Al Pacino going, I see the movie one.
No. When they included Michael Keaton, it was great. I loved it. I thought it was great. Sorry. But did you see you didn't see the Kate McKinnon America Ferrera?
I saw the Kate McKinnon bit.
Spielberg? Yeah. I thought it was great. It was great.
That was pretty good.
I think watching them in isolation probably does make it lose something rather than watching it.
Once you've seen Ricky Gervais host the Golden Globes, and once you've seen Billy Crystal and Steve Martin host the Oscars, like everything else pales in comparison to those three hosts. In my opinion, those three hosts.
You're being a
traditionalist
now. You're being a traditionalist.
I don't think there's anything traditional about. I mean, those guys worked extra hard. Like Billy Crystal always had like big musical numbers, and he had like these great video, sketches and things that would play. And they were so good, good.
Billy Crystal was great,
and Ricky Gervais just like that guy would say anything. So funny.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it at first. I feel like it started to get old for me. Ricky Gervais, his meanness. I don't know.
You think Ricky Gervais is mean? I think he's full of love, but what he does is he says the opposite thing to let you know what he really means is the reverse of that, and that he loves you.
Sure, I understand.
And speaking of he loves you, we love you guys, and that's the end of this episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name has been and will always be Gregory Benson.
Now I'm going to do what Ricky Gervais would do at the end of his own podcast, I
Yeah.
assume. He'd be like, "Fuck you all!" and he'd laugh a lot. That's what he'd do. Yeah.
Jesus, Craig. Jesus. Way to end this on a sour note.